Hi everyone, this is Radull Live. Thanks for joining us. We come to you courtesy of Betika. Now remember, every day when you make a deposit into your Betika account so that you can place your bets, on the first deposit, you know there's a transaction fee. Betika actually gives you back that transaction fee as a bonus, and you can use that bonus to place yet another bet and win big. So go to Betika.com and place your bet. Remember, strictly for people over the age of 18 years. Now today, I have a football player who almost needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him anyway. Patrick Matasi.
Yes.
Niaje?
Fiti mambo.
Mlembe.
Mlembe sana.
That's all I know. First of all, congratulations,
Thank you
Tusker
so
FC
much.
goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You've won the league, got the golden glove. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Thank you so much. It's a privilege that I was waiting for, you know. I've played for like 10 years. I've not won the league. This was my first time.
Yeah, it's 10 years.
Yeah. So it has come at the right time for me.
Cody, which clubs are these you're playing for? I know them. I know them. I know them.
No, I was to win the league in Ethiopia, but because of COVID-19, the league was nullified.
Suspended.
Yeah.
Oh, it was nullified.
Yeah. So there was no
you
winner,
should
no
have
relegation.
won in Ethiopia because your team was, it was St. George's.
St. George, yeah.
Yeah. So, Patrick, I want you to very briefly, I mean, most people who follow Kenyan football know about you, know about your career, but very briefly, tell us about how you got started in football and how you decided to be a goalkeeper, because no one ever wants to be a goalkeeper. Everyone wants to score goals. So just tell us that story very briefly.
Patrick Matasi is a boy from Kabrasland, and yeah, I'm from Luyaland. So I'm from Luyaland, and I finished my high school 2009. But when I was in high school, I used to play volleyball.
You're a volleyballer?
Yeah.
But then most people from Western played both volleyball and football.
Yeah, so I was dwelling too much on volleyball, and then when after Form 4, I decided to play soccer because most of the time in our villages there's no volleyball teams. So I just decided to use my hands to continue playing.
Oh, so
to
that's how you
So
became a
that's why
goalkeeper. Then how did you get into Premier League?
We played 2010. We played the Moi Golden Cup, now the FKF Cup. We performed very well, and then we were.
Is that the year you were in the final?
Yeah, with
So
Sofapaka.
West Sugar were in the final.
Yeah, with Sofapaka Nyayo National Stadium. So that's when we lost the final, but I think it was a good moment because a team from which was formed like some 6 months to perform up to finals of the Moi Golden Cup. That's when FC Leopards spotted me here in Nyayo National Stadium.
That's when they realized this man is good with his hands.
Yeah. So after that, they signed me to 2011. Yeah, it was on 6th, I can remember, 6th of January.
Yani it was that important for you?
Yeah, it was.
That you have the actual date?
Yeah, because it should be in my diary, because it's something that I will not forget, you know. So
you play for AFC Leopards. What was that experience like? Because my understanding is every Luya footballer wants to play for AFC Leopards.
You know, when I joined FC Leopards, I was still a young boy. So that pressure was too high for me. And I think, if I remember very well, I played my first game at FC Leopards in under Flatlights. Yeah. Against Poster Rangers.
There was a Super Sport sponsorship, so it was Floodlight.
Yeah, against Poster
and
Rangers.
live on TV.
Yeah, against Poster Rangers, and that was the first match. But the experience was somehow difficult because I was in FC Leopards for 6 months without playing. I was even I was told to pack my things, and they were releasing me from.
Yeah. Without playing.
Yeah.
Then
when they gave me the first chance, that's when I took the number from Tiama.
And never gave it back?
I didn't.
At the time, if I remember correctly, you were also spotted by Harambee Stars.
Yeah, I've been in national team colors since 2011 until 2017 is when I played my first national team match. Because that time we had Origi, Boniface Oluoch, Duncan.
It's a tricky position to play because if there is a number one, and like the way you're saying, you're in Origi's time, you're in Boni's time, it's so hard to break through.
Yeah, it was difficult because we could go to camp. When the internationals comes, then we were released from the camp.
So you would help them train, and then you're left behind.
Yeah, it was only training. Then I go home.
But you got your chance.
I got my chance first match 2017 in Machakos when we played against Uganda. Uganda Cranes. It was a friendly match. That was my first game in national colors.
Which was your most memorable in national colors?
I think it's against Ghana.
It was against Ghana. Is that when there was one you stopped a penalty? Eh?
I've been stopping so many penalties since FC Leopards, you know.
I told you, Louis, as a mama taking jangos in boasting, but yes.
Yeah, I've been saving so much penalties in field of play, and you know, for me, playing Ghana here in Kenya, it was one of the big stage. Yeah, because we went to Africa Cup of Nations as the best defending teams. We didn't concede. No, that's what I really liked. Those days.
And then you were at AFCON, right? Yeah. You went for AFCON. Yeah. What was that experience like?
First of all, we went to France. We went to France for pre-season. The environment, it was conducive for a player.
It was confusing?
No, conducive. It was a very good environment for a player. Oh, it was
a good environment.
Yeah, because the preparation, you know, the preparation, the facilities, 100%. Because that environment is making a player to think about football, not something else. You know.
There was a lot of criticism about that camp before AFCON, because people were saying, weren't we spending so much money going to France when we're coming back to play in desert climate in Cairo?
No. It was a very good facility, because most of the time national team comes in Safari Park or Utali. So we have just to go to use the bus to the field. But in France, you're sleeping here, the field is here.
And you can focus, there's no interruption.
Focus.
You know, WhatsApp messages from Radull asking for interviews.
Nobody, especially after having something like dinner or breakfast, you can't rest. It was just about football, not something else. Napanda mat kutoka Udhiru naenda Baraka, no.
No stress, just focus.
No stress, just focus about AFCON.
Then you get to Egypt.
From France to Egypt, you know, that after landing in Egypt, I can remember very well. The reception was...
It was good?
The best.
I think there are images of you dancing. It's you?
Yeah, we were dancing.
I remember it went viral. Matasi dancing at the airport.
You know, those are some of the moments that comes once or twice.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it when it's your time. Yeah, so after that, we went to hotel where we were supposed to be. It was a military camp. The security over there. If you want just to go to like a morning walk of like 10 minutes, you have like 4 security officers with you here. So that environment. Then from there, like a match day preparations. I couldn't believe it. No, that's why I'm saying I want to play another Africa Cup of Nations before
before you retire.
Yeah.
Before you retire, and you're on the right track with winning Golden Glove. It means you're right now. You are informed keeper.
Yeah. How I wish we could have played Cameroon, and then Namibia here. We could be there. I'm telling you.
At AFCON.
Yeah.
When you see how footballers are treated on the international scene, because it was Africa Cup of Nations, in most countries, in a lot of countries, that's normal for the footballers.
Yeah.
Does that make you a bit frustrated and angry at how things are in Kenya?
I'm not frustrated because the facilities we have, they are not putting us in that condition. Because if you look at like Egypt, we went to play Zamalek. The environment over there is different than the Kenyan environment. So for me, I can say it's only a matter of facilities and how a player should be
managed and taken care of. Yeah. But at least at Tusker FC, amongst all the clubs in the Premier League, Tusker actually manages players much better. Of all the clubs you've played, what has your experience been like at Tusker?
In Tusker, it's better because I can remember when I left Posta Rangers 2018, I signed Tusker. 2018 June. I was there for only 3 months before I went to St. George. And those 3 months, they are the ones that made my life to change, because after coming back from Ethiopia, I decided to go to Tusker. because Tusker is one of the teams in Kenya that they are trying to make a player to be better and think about football
as professional as possible.
Yeah.
And I think it's after COVID, I mean, I'll ask you, what was your COVID experience? But in light of the fact that being with a corporate club, okay, you were at St. George's, so it was a bit disrupted. But I think the corporate clubs were at least able to continue to look after their players than, say, a club like AFC or some of the other community clubs.
If you look at a team like Tusker FC during COVID, after the league was stopped for like 2 months,
yes,
the players were still getting something. But the other teams, it was very difficult. For me, example, I was in Ethiopia, and when the league was nullified, I was in Ethiopia for around 2 months without doing anything. I can't go out of the house, you know. It's only training in the house.
And you're in a foreign country.
Yeah, you can't fly. When the president wants to address the nation, you are there.
TV.
Watching. Is he going to say something about flights? So
that must have been difficult.
Yeah, it was very difficult until when I think there was a plane coming from Kenya. The military plane is when we were told we should be in the airport. Is when I came home.
And it must have been difficult away from your family, your children.
Because I was just in the house. Just in the house. If you want something, you just make a call.
They deliver?
The team will deliver.
What? So you come back, when you get your flight, you come back and immediately Tusker wanted you back?
No. When I came back after 2019, 2020-2021 season, the league, we finished the league. Then when I came back on 27th of May is when I was around.
That's last year, that's the year before,
last year,
2020? Last year?
Yeah. So I was still having like 4 months until the end of my contract. So I decided to go home. When I was coming back is when I got the accident.
Actually, I want to talk about the accident in a while, not just yet.
Yeah.
I still want to talk a little bit about football. You've won the league now with Tusker. Robert Matano, known as the special one, but also known as being a very erratic leader. What's your experience working under Robert Matano?
You know, Matano is the one who signed me in Tusker, in Leopards, 2011. Right now, I think he's a very cool man. He's a father now. If you compare him with the 2011, he was a lion.
Sofapaka.
He was a lion by the way.
Not even Sofapaka, not even AFC. Sofapaka, I think it was 2009. Yeah. That was the season Sofapaka were promoted and he won it in the first season. And I remember sitting behind, but he's a very, very good friend of mine. Matano is a very good friend of mine. But I remember him throwing a lot of bottles on the touchline. And
for me, Matano is like a father, a leader. He's a man who believes in winning.
He gets results.
Yeah. You know, when he told us, guys, we are going to win this league, when Homeboys were having like 14 points difference, he told us we are going to win this league. You know, everybody laughed in the dressing room. Coach, what are you saying? We didn't believe it. After...
They're like 14 points. In fact, we were calling it.
Yeah.
We gave the league to Homeboys.
Homeboys, yeah. But he told us, guys, don't give up. Keep on working. I believe in winning. Only that.
And he delivered.
Yeah. Don't focus about our opponent or who is on top. We shall just overtake them. Simple words.
And he did.
He did it.
On the last day of the season.
Yeah. Training, match day, everything is up. 100%.
Now he's, I don't want to go too much in politics, but this is stuff he's told me himself, and it's all out there, that he has issues with some of the management of the club itself, and he was considering resigning from Tusker FC. I know he's been told, hey, chill a bit. But what would that do to you? Because I know a coach becomes like a father. It's like a father on the pitch.
You know that statement affected so many players. Yeah. For example, it's something that happened, but we didn't know that it has happened. So when he came to dressing room on 12th, when we were playing poster, he told us, just focus, go and play this game, win, take the league, then I'll talk about it. So when he was talking to media guys, he was
he wasn't happy at all.
He wasn't happy because I don't know what happened between him and the board. So it has really affected some of us because, you know, having somebody like Coach Matano has given us a trophy, then he leaves the team. then someone else comes in, then we start again. It's something different.
It's because you've built such. I mean, I interviewed him the morning after he won on last week on Monday. But you build a good rapport, teamwork, everybody's together, and you in your minds, you know, if we can keep this team together, we'll win again next season. But then if he leaves and you get a new coach and you...
Another philosophy. We know what Matano wants. And when they bring in another coach, we don't know what that coach wants. Because we know that Matano is a coach who believes in winning. We don't know the coach that will come in. What does he or she wants?
And Matasi believes in winning.
I do believe in winning. I'm a winner.
So of course, so naturally the whole team wants
Matano to stay.
Wants Matano to stay.
Not only to stay, but to work with him again another season.
Matano, have you had your players want you to stay? You're going nowhere. You're going nowhere. But I know I'll speak to him again. I know he went to Ushago, and fortunately he lost a family member, so he's been in Ushago this last weekend. But Matano, people want you to stay at Tusker FC. So let's take a short break, Matasi. When we come back, I actually want to talk about the accident a little bit, and then talk about what you want for Kenyan football, where you want to see Kenyan football go as a whole, Harambee Stars go as a whole, and then of course the fact that we're still serving a suspension. So let's have that discussion after the break.
Thank you.
Welcome back. This is Radull Live. Remember, coming to you courtesy of Betika. And remember that every day when you make your first deposit into your Betika account so that you can place your bet, that you there's a transaction charge. Now Betika actually gives you that transaction charge back as a bonus, and you can use that bonus to place your bet. So go to Betika.com and place your bets, but remember to bet responsibly, strictly for people over the age of 18 years. Now we are here with my brother from another mother, Patrick Matasi, the goalkeeper of Tusker FC, Golden Glove, champion. You know me, I boast for you guys if you don't boast, but I know you don't need help there. Matasi, you told us, I wanted to address the accident. So you come back from Ethiopia, St. George's. You go to chill at home in Ushago, as most of us did, because, we had bills to pay, or to control, should I say. Then when you're coming back to Nairobi with your family, just take me through that day.
I was coming back from my rural home in Kakamega County. I was having my family and some of my siblings in the car. So at Lesos, the tire burst, we had a tire burst at Lesos. Then the car rolled like 3 times, you know. So we got some injuries, both my wife and my kid.
You got serious injuries, Matasi. You know that it was like breaking news, and we were all so nervous that Matasi and his whole family have been involved in a road accident, which was very serious. I mean, you're saying it very casually. But it was very serious, especially my son. It was terrible, you know. I don't want to talk about it. That's why I'm here. I'm smiling. You don't talk too much about it, but the concern we had on our end is like, will he ever play football again?
I didn't know that I would play football again because the injuries I sustained that day, I almost even lost my eye, this side. you know, but I thank God it wasn't that serious.
And you pulled through?
Yeah, I pulled through, and it took me like 2 months to recover. The 3rd month, I had already started working in the gym to know where the problem might be, because I didn't know what happened that day.
Yani, you're already back in the gym and exercising?
Yeah, when my people are still in the hospital beds.
Yeah.
They were there for like 3 months, 2.5, 3.
But your whole family made a full recovery?
Yeah, they are back on the field. You can't even know that they have some injuries or.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
At the time, were you had already signed
for Tusker? No,
you had no club.
I was still having a 4-month contract with St. George, but after the accident, I just requested them to terminate my contract, the remaining 4 months.
Did you have any level of insurance?
Yeah,
from the club.
Yeah, but they only covered a player, not the whole family. Yeah.
Oh, so that was tricky. Yeah, I remember. I mean, there's a betting company that came through for you, and Michael Olunga.
Yeah.
Thank you to Olunga for coming through for you. So you come back, and then at what point does Tusker say, you know what, we want this player on the field?
What I did, I talked to St. George. I told them to terminate my contract because I was still remaining with only 4 months. So I was supposed to go to Simba or TP Mazembe, because I told them I'm not coming back to Ethiopia. I want to go to another challenge.
Those are big clubs.
Yeah, so after that, when I got the accident, after the termination of my contract, my family couldn't even walk. Even my boy, he wanted me more than somebody else in terms of movement, carrying from here up theatre, you know, going to theatre at the age of 1.5, 3 times. It wasn't easy. And
so you opted to stay home?
Yeah, I opted to be with him and the mother. And after that is when Tusker called me. It was on 5th of July last year. They told me, how are you? I told them, for me.
You have all these dates.
Yeah,
important moments.
I have them in my head. So I told Tusker, the CEO called me, the chairman, I told them, okay. For me, I'm okay. The doctors and the surgeon have told me there's nothing
I can
serious.
play again.
I can play again. And imagine on 30th of May, I watched their match against Vihiga in Mumias when they won 4-1. I was with the family. So the next day is when we got the accident. So after calling me, they took one of the officials, came to Kamega General Hospital. They gave me the contract.
While you were in a hospital?
Yeah.
That is a vote of confidence.
Yeah. I told them I'm going to play. But I gave them one condition. Don't push me to come back to the field
until I'm ready.
Yeah.
And they waited until you were ready?
They waited until I was ready.
And you delivered Golden Glove?
Yeah. I just signed the contract. I gave them. I told them, okay, take my contract, leave me alone. Just like that. So I made sure my family is back to the feet. Then after that, we came back to Nairobi. I took the family to Kijabe for review. Some problems here and there, back to theatre on 25th, 26th of August. After that, I came back. Team was going to Mombasa for pre-season. So I asked one of my siblings, I told them, can you take off these people? I want to go to work. I joined the team in Mombasa for pre-season.
I remember that time. Well, your family has made a full recovery now.
Yeah, they are
fantastic.
They are back to their feet, and I thank God.
Fantastic. So you joined Tusker at pre-season, and I remember that pre-season. It was a very tricky period because there was a short break between when last season ended, pre-season, CAF Champions League, and then the league. And unfortunately, CAF Champions League, Tusker was not able to compete. Was it fatigue?
I can say it was fatigue, and then the preparation was also. We only prepared for 2 weeks before first match against Atasol of Djibouti. It was only 2 weeks. So I think the pre-season wasn't enough for the players. And then also fatigue. They only rested for only 1 week, then back to pre-season.
And that also affected the start of this season. I guess that's why Kakamega Homeboys was able to create such a big gap.
Yeah, because we played like 8 matches. We were in position 14. Yeah, first 8 matches of the season we were at position 14. I think 14. Yeah. And
then you won the league.
And then we won the league.
Who has the last laugh?
Tusker.
Superman. You guys are like Superman. Matasi, now Tusker have won the league.
Yeah.
Kenya is suspended from international football.
Yeah.
I know one of the perks of winning the league is that you're now going to play continental football. But now, how do you feel? What are the conversations that the footballers are having around the suspension?
For example, look at Simba. Simba, they have been playing CAF Champions League Confederation every time. That's why the team is growing. Look at Gor Mahia in Kenya. They played 4 consecutive seasons, Confederation and Champions League. So to me, I was thinking of Tusker going to play again, Champions League or Confederation, you never know. And last season, we were in Egypt when we played with Zamalek. They told us, if you want to grow in Champions League or Confederation of Africa, you should be there every season.
It's about experience,
yeah,
getting
experience.
experience.
And I think
in
this was the second time, and it was the best time for Tusker to sit down and come up with a plan so that we can move to group stages of either Confederation or Champions League. But now that the Football Federation of Kenya is suspended by FIFA, I think it's somehow annoying.
It's annoying.
Yeah, because Tusker, how many young players do we have? We have under 23 players, like 7, and they've been in the first team.
And this would have been the opportunity to gain international experience.
Yeah. We play like Mamelodi Sundowns, you know. They take like 4 or 5 players from Tusker.
When you see what the government is doing, and I know you never shy away of talking about, I don't want to get into too much politics for you as a player, but do you feel like the creation of a caretaker committee and then a transitional, now the transitional has become transitional again because its term has expired, do you feel, are they helping you out in any way? Do you feel like this is the direction Kenyan football, do you feel like it's heading in a direction where this game is going to be fixed?
For me, I think, Caro, if you are the one who is there, the caretaker committee, you should do what you are supposed to do as the chairman or vice chairman. So for me, I was thinking of, if the committee is there, they should do better than somebody who was there. You know, if it's me, I have to do better what somebody else was doing.
So you don't think they're doing better than what FKF was doing?
Yeah, for me, I don't think. Because, for example, look at the winning the league. Tusker could have, maybe, we never know, they could have spent like 8 million preparing for the whole season. And then after winning the trophy, 2 million, you know, you see the difference. They
gave 2 million, and yet the committee spent almost 400 million in those 6 months.
Yeah, or like Tusker itself, they have spent like 8 million, you know. You see the difference. Then when FKF was there, they could award 4.5 M for the winner. But now they bring 2 million. So if they are there, they could have done better.
They should have done better to show this is how you should be running football.
Yeah. So for me, I think Kenyan football is in
ICU.
Anyway, we never know. Yeah, it's ICU by the way.
But I was told it's dead and buried. Not even in ICU, dead and buried. But I don't think. Do you feel like the government understands what you players are going through? Because we are here, I talk as a media person, they're talking from their plush offices and desks, but you're the one on the field. Have they talked to you? Have they sought any footballer out to ask, how do you feel about what's happening with Kenyan football?
No, they haven't, because I think those fights, they are not going to take us anywhere in terms of players playing in the pitch. For example, what could happen if we could have played Cameroon, Namibia? How many agents are watching? We have young players. Look at Dennis Odhiambo, the Homeboys striker. That's a good talent. Play national team, 2 matches out of the country. But I think if what they could have done, they could have gone through the teams round, set some questionnaires to the players so that they can answer and then come up with a solution. It could have helped these players. So but for example, right now, we players, we are not happy with what's happening. We are not happy at all.
And I don't think the government realizes that. I don't think they realize that as a sports person, your career, first of all, is very short.
Yeah.
You were already at, I think, 34. How old are you?
Yeah,
34.
34, yeah.
What's your normal age or your African?
Normal age. My mother's age.
Yeah, which means you probably have one more AFCON left in you.
Yeah.
If you miss this opportunity, and we've missed this opportunity,
we
were removed from the qualifiers.
Yeah.
What next for Patrick Matasi if if the ban isn't lifted in the next few weeks?
I think I'll have to focus on doing something else. For example, like playing international, or think about something else out of football. You know.
Have you ever considered coaching?
Yeah, we have an academy, Westlands Goalkeepers Academy.
Westland?
Westlands Goalkeepers Academy.
Oh,
yeah.
I've never heard of it.
It's running.
Ah, yeah, Westlands Goalkeeper Academy.
Yeah.
Where
you can follow it, and then that's where we normally.
So you train goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Are you training as a coach? Have
Both.
You got,
I train as a
badges?
goalkeeper, and also I train as I train. I have some boys that I normally take through some sessions. Yeah.
Is it recognized like FIFA courses?
No, we are on the way. Yeah, we are on the way of registering that academy, because it has been there for only like 3 months. You know? Yeah.
If you sat before the caretaker committee, which is now a transitional committee, what would you like to tell them? What would you say to them?
For me, personally as a player, what I can tell them is just sweep the whole house and make sure that everything is clean, and let the players enjoy, you know.
Focus on the players.
Yeah, focus on the players, because look at the athletes. They are enjoying. Look at Omanyala. Yeah, they are just enjoying life. Why? Because everything is, you know, we never know, but for us, what we are seeing, it's something different from football. Let them just concentrate on football and help these players, you know.
Do you feel like they just don't care?
I can't say they don't care. They care, but it's less for me.
You're being politically correct. They don't care. If they cared, they would have fixed this thing by now. I thought within those 6 months of the caretaker committee, at the very least, they would have called for an elections or got an official interim committee. Right now, there's an interim committee which, depending on the day of the week, the sports ministry recognizes them or doesn't. So we don't even know what direction we're going. We don't know when elections are going to be held. We don't know whether those youth players you're talking about will even get to play in the next AFCON or even the one after that.
Yeah. You know, CS Amina Mohammed is like our mother. And in the house, when our mother mess, the whole house is in a mess, you know. Let her just feed us. We want to feed, we want to eat, we want to take shower, we want to move, we want to play.
I don't think we realize that as a country, we can actually resolve a lot of our unemployment issues if we fixed the sport, if we fixed sport. The number of people who can be employed within sport, not just a sports person, but the people around you, you know. You were talking about being in Cairo and having 4 bodyguards, and it's a whole ecosystem around sport. But I think from a national level, do you feel that we still take, it's a game?
It's just a game, like just waking up in the morning. Then in the evening you go and sleep. It's just normal. Everything in Kenya is just normal, you know. Caro, if I move from here up to Junction Mall, 2 people will only notice that I'm there. Only 2. But what if Wanyama or Olunga comes there? Everybody will notice them because they have been watching them somewhere else. Why can't we just do it
and
again?
And yet you've played for Harambee Stars.
Harambee Stars.
You've played at AFCON.
Yeah.
With what
we have done in the national team, I think something should be.
Something should
be done.
At the very least, your league should be on television.
Yeah.
Because I think that was a huge loss when SuperSport left.
True.
Because that is when we would see you players week in, week out.
When SuperSport was in Kenya, how many players moved from Kenya to different clubs out of Kenya?
What would you like to tell the fans? Because I feel as fans, we also have a responsibility. If you call any fan now and tell them, name England first 11, you can do that. But they can't name Harambee Stars first 11.
They can't. There was one fan in Kawangware, they asked him, do you know Patrick Matasi? He told the media guy, that guy is a coach. You know. Which team does he play? He even don't know. You know. So I think also the fans, they have some role to play.
And yet you've been making headlines for over 10 years.
Yeah, you know. I think for this ball to roll, they need to do something. Their voice should be heard.
Hey, I wouldn't even know where to start. Have you ever considered running for an FKF position?
I think we have...
Not now.
I know. We have legends who are supposed to do that. We want to follow what they are doing.
That's a political answer, Matasi.
No. In my house, I have a boy. If I will not direct him on what to do, he won't do it. Or when I run in the morning, he watches me running, then he will also run.
But...
So we have good legends here in Kenya. Oliej, Ambani, so many. Then come up and vie for that position. So that when our time comes, after some times, then we come back.
So when your time comes, you may consider it.
Why not? That's why I've already started doing what I'm doing now. You know.
The coaching,
Yeah.
the... Are you going to go back to school? What did you do in school?
I want to do... I want to be a journalist, by the way, because I've been good in communicating in the field. So I want also to do something else.
Karibu.
Asante.
And then you show people also how to cover this sport.
Yeah.
And cover the positive aspects of this sport.
True.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Matasi, do you have any parting shot for anyone who wants to be a goalkeeper, wants to play for Kenya, apart from telling them you have to have a really hard heart?
You know, where I've come from, I personally, nobody told me you should do this. I did it myself because I had that courage that I can make it. And what I want to tell that small boy who wants to be a goalkeeper or who is calling himself my name, Matasi worked very hard each and every day. I didn't only rely on what the coach was giving me. I was doing something extra. So do it and just focus, knowing that if it's not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow it will come. And then also in terms of trials, like right now we are in off-season. If pre-season starts and they're looking for a certain player, don't be shy. Take your bag and go. You never know what coach is looking at.
And go. Who are some of the legends you look up to, both in Kenya and abroad? And it's not wrong to have legends abroad, do you know?
You know when I started playing, 2011, Jackton Odhiambo of Ulinzi. Yeah, he was one of my good goalkeepers I was looking at. Until when I played against him, I won. It's when I knew that now.
The student becomes a teacher.
Yeah, and then in English Premier League, you know, it varies. This season, this goalkeeper, like you see this season, what Mendy has done. Yeah, but I was looking at Mendy, Ederson, and the Bigfoot, also the Everton goalkeeper. Left footer. Impressive.
Really shone last season.
Yeah, I was looking at him because he's a left footer like me. Then his power and communication in the field, I was looking at him. But all in all, I've been looking at Mendy because Mendy is from Africa. He has shown something that we didn't believe. You know.
But when you see countries like Senegal, and especially the Western countries, maybe a lot of the French-speaking countries, they seem to have invested a lot in the development of the game.
True.
What do you feel we need to do more of here in Kenya in that line? Because there's a whole look at the countries that have qualified for the World Cup. Ghana, Cameroon, Senegal, Tunisia, Morocco. They're all from one side of the continent.
Of the continent, yeah. I think for me it's a matter of facilities and management. Yeah, facilities and management is what prevails those players to do what they are doing in the field.
Because we also, I mean, even if you see the same players who break into the big leagues in Europe, we have Wanyama, at some point we had Mariga, Olunga hasn't really broken in Europe yet. I know he played in Sweden and in La Liga for a short stint. But we don't have the number of players they have, for example, the West African countries, Nigeria, Cameroons. They're flooded all over Europe.
Yeah, they are all over this in this world, because I think also the agents are playing a very part role in the signing of players from this club to another one. I think they have very good agents who are working. Yeah, it's not like in Kenya somebody's telling you I want to be your agent for only 3 months or 6 months. For what? Let it be something like 10 years, so that he can work, get for me a team, good money, he also enjoy. Yeah.
So even agents are looking for a quick buck,
Yeah,
so to speak.
yeah.
That's unfortunate, because the other problem I see with a lot of Kenyan players is, fine, we break into like Eastern Europe countries, but a lot of players go for trials and they're not never signed.
Yeah.
And it's sort of become a joke that unaenda trials.
Unaenda trials. When you move from Kenya, unaenda Tanzania kupiga trials. No, let's not say Tanzania, like Sweden. Nimetoka hapa kama keeper. When I arrived there, full back 3. For what? Look at Omala. Omala is a good striker. But when he went there, full back 2. Why?
Yet here you can be playing week in, week out.
Week in,
but at the end of the day, you end up having to focus on your paycheck, because your bills are your own, you know?
No way.
It's a fact, and it happens.
So from striker to fullback?
Well, not from striker to fullback, but from...
From?
You go and sit on the bench a lot as well, you know.
No problem.
So
just sit on the bench, knowing that your time will come.
Fight for your position.
Only that.
Then we have the other challenge, like someone like Blackberry, who went to... was it Denmark? Then he couldn't handle the weather, you know. I mean, there's so many challenges in Europe.
But that one should not be an excuse, because even me, when I signed St. George, the weather was difficult, especially the first season, you know.
Ethiopia weather is that different?
Yeah, especially in Addis. Yeah, it's very difficult for someone to adjust to that weather. But for me, I think it's just a matter of time. It will change. Just keep it cool, continue working. Things will change, yeah. Even, like for me, I've won the Golden Glove. If you take me to Manchester United, I'll train, I'll be ready for the game. Why not? Yeah.
Spoken like a cabra.
It's only the ball, nothing else. Only ball. You know.
Yet we make this gap so big, like we can't break in.
Yeah.
When you look at Tanzania, for example, and I'm talking about Tanzania because there's no difference between Tanzania and Kenya, essentially. Yeah. But in the last couple of years, a club like Gor Mahia, for instance, has been losing so many players to like Simba, especially Simba. Simba, I think, comes shopping in Kenya. Yeah. And yet, Tanzania should not be light years ahead of our league, yet it is, in terms of remuneration and all these things.
For a league to grow or a country to grow in soccer, they need foreigners. You know,
foreign investment.
Yeah, look at Gor Mahia went to Isenge, Medi, Sarunkuma. Those days, Simbi, they were performing very well. Why? Different blood, different people from other countries. They come in, they change the team.
But is that really the players, or it's the coaches that we need to change?
I think it's just from the top, from management. Good salary, good facility for a player, he will perform. Look at Simba. Only that. Good facilities.
Because the players you mentioned are from Rwanda, from Uganda. Rwanda and Uganda shouldn't be teaching Kenyan football. Unfortunately, they're more serious about the management of their football that we consider their players not superior, but bringing different experience, which shouldn't be the case, because Kenya is we used to be a football giant.
True. Look at Medi Kagere. Kagere is in Simba because of Gor Mahia.
Yeah.
Good players behind him, just put the ball in the net. Only that.
You make it sound so simple.
Simple. It's for me, just make 2-3 saves, let the team win, clean sheet, we go home. At the end of the season, 18 clean sheets in 25 matches. So, good defense.
How many clean sheets did you get?
18.
18?
Yeah, in 25 matches.
Yeah, but do you say?
I do.
Anyway, Matasi, as we wrap this next season, what's in store?
For me, I still have a running contract with Tusker, 1 season on my contract. And I just want to urge anybody who wants my signature, let him just follow the right protocol, right direction. Tusker office, let them sit, talk, then come to me.
But would you consider, and by anyone, can I mention the club?
Yeah.
By anyone, he means AFC Leopards. Would you consider leaving for if the price was right?
I have no problem. I can play anywhere, Caro. Because as long as somebody is giving me something to put on the table for my family, I have no problem. I can play anywhere.
But what do you think is wrong at AFC Leopards? I don't want to. You don't have to go deep in. And the chairman is a very good friend of mine. But for some reason, since 1998, they've never won a title. They seem to have stunted At least Gor Mahia came back and has been winning regularly. AFC just disappeared.
I will start with Gor Mahia. Musa Mohammed, Jerry. They were from youth team, and it took Gor Mahia a long time to prepare a team that won the league 4 times consecutively. For FC Leopards right now, they have young players, young boys who are ready to fight. I've watched their matches several, like the one they played against Homeboys. I watched it. The one they won 2-0. If those boys are maintained and given good direction, FC are going to have a good team in the next 4 or 5 years. And
if they maintain their coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Also the coach matters a lot, because when I was in FC Leopards, I could work with only one coach for like 3 months, 6 months.
AFC, if I'm not wrong, and I lost count, in 10 years, they were on like 21 coaches, something like that, which is a very bad record. Yeah. So, because you never settle as a player. Yeah, for a goalkeeper, like for me to grow, I only need one goalkeeper trainer for like 2-3 years, so that he can understand me what I want and I understand him. Like when I was in Poster, I worked with Webo for 3.5 seasons. I won 2 Golden Glove, 1 Golden Glove Sakafa, and play of the tournament Sakafa because of Webo. Because I was with him, he knew me what I want, and I knew him also. So for FC Leopards, tomorrow this coach. Today, another one. Another one.
Yeah, so that's why.
Dr. Dan Shikanda, chairman of FC Leopards, settle down. Yeah. Get a coach,
they have
keep him.
Very young boys. Young boys.
So if they remain focused, they could win a title in the next.
Let them just build that team. Let them build that team. Don't release those boys. They have done a very good job, especially this season. And they have shown something that if the team can keep us for the next 2-3 years, they are going to compete. Not to participate.
I wish they would listen to you, because as much as they've gone through 21 coaches in 10 years, every signing season they remove 9 players, bring in 11, they remove. You can't build a team like that. You need to be a bit consistent. Anyway, Matasi, thank you so much. Thank you for this conversation. Congratulations once again on winning the league.
Thank you.
Let me know if there are going to be awards. If there are not going to be any awards, maybe I'll step up and at least give some key players. Yes. I'm sure you can afford a Golden Glove.
When is that? Why can't you just even do it today?
I don't have the glove.
You can just buy.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Okay. My PA has had. Now she needs to find me a glove. And maybe a small check. We shall see. Amen. If the caretaker committee doesn't step forward, I'm committing. Amen. Golden Glove, Golden Boots.
Yes.
Which other one was there?
A player of the season?
Wait, don't make the list long.
No, but you asked. Coach of the season?
Fuel prices are high.
Coach
of the... Matano.
Why not?
I'm almost broke. No. But if the caretaker committee doesn't, and I'll give them until maybe the end of next week, I will step up, at least in my own small way, in my own small, humble way.
No problem.
You know, Luas can't be more proud than Luas. I need to take my spot. But thanks so much for talking to us, Matasi. I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation. He's just won the league. He's just got the Golden Glove. Hopefully, the suspension will be lifted soon, so that at the very least, Tusker can enjoy some continental football. But thank you so much for watching Radull Live. We'll see you guys again next week.